Many mistakes, many money. It's not because I forgot to charge the dongle at all. I kind of forgot to charge it. So I have to go back and charge it. Maybe we'll try to take a selfie later and see how it goes. Okay, I'm just framing the shot like that. And it triggered the camera. So it is functioning as it should. Welcome to another episode of Midlifers. Today we have a really special episode for all of you. I have an SX70R. It has been modified by Jake from Australia. It comes with its own dongle. We're out here at the MBS area. It's just fantastic weather. I'm so happy. It's not raining for once. So let's go out, shoot some Polaroids, and I'll explain a little bit about this modification later on. So this camera that hasn't been modified for an external battery pack. So there's no power in it at this moment. I'm going to load up a cartridge of SX70 color film. Once I load it up, it should have some power, and then I'll teach you how to use your external dongle a little bit better. As usual, I'm opening it up like a savage. So in Singapore, you can't really litter. No, you get fined heavily. So there's the pack. Let's load it up. So the beauty of this camera is that it doesn't auto-eject right now. It's a feature of this new PCB. So I'm just going to shoot the first shot and it will eject the dark slide out. So you can always leave a cartridge inside and you don't really have to worry about changing it out because the dark slide always remains intact. So I kind of like that feature. It's kind of like the Instax cameras. So now I'm going to switch on the PCB. So maybe you want to come in closer. So it connects via Bluetooth. So I'm going to just switch it on. There's a button here where it says power. It's scanning for my camera right now. And once it has successfully connected, you will see the ISO indicated. So we are currently at 600 ISO. So I'm going to just switch it to SX70 film. So there are a few buttons on top. You have the flash sync port here. You have the power. You have the flash if you want to enable it or not. And then of course you have the choice of choosing SX70 film or 600 film right here. You can choose the settings of the speeds of the camera by rolling this dial here. And there's actually a special button here where you can activate the camera from afar using this. I'm going to shoot this flower here. Okay, so this is the first shot. We're just going to leave it covered. And let's see how it turns out before we shoot the remaining film. Let's go around MBS and take some photos. So if you look at the dongle, if you switch it out of the automatic modes, you will go into a manual override mode. You'll notice that there is a number on top. In this case, it refers to the shutter speed. In front of this number, there's actually an arrow that points up, down, or there might be a white dot. The up-down arrow will indicate if it is overexposing or underexposing. So you may want to move the dial until you get the white dot. So once you get the white dot, it will indicate that you're actually exposing at the correct exposure. And the light meter is actually built into the dongle right here. So you can actually point this light meter at an object. Let's say we're going to take portraits of myself, and then you can move the dial and you can see what shutter speed you will actually override the camera with. And using this dongle, you can kind of like meter the scene as best as you can. Okay, so I've taken a few shots with this camera already. Handling wise, it's actually no different from your original SX70 camera. There's really no difference. When you're in automatic mode, it performs exactly like the old school Polaroid SX70 cameras. So I think this modification actually, it's under the hood and it's so subtle that you don't really see any big difference. Exposure wise, I do notice an improvement on the exposure meter. So I think that might be something to do with the PCB inside. But otherwise, it performs exactly like the old camera. So I have no complaints because I love the old cameras. Oh shit. So just now when I opened the door, what happened is I accidentally pressed the switch, the shutter switch here, and then I kind of exposed an image accidentally. So if you're using this device, maybe it's good to keep your camera closed and this somewhere safe so that you don't actually activate it without knowing. Oh, because I was on time. Many mistakes, many money. I was on T mode. Let's try the last shot like this. It's on aperture though, automatic. Is it overriding? Yeah. It's a bit strange. Let's figure this out. Okay, the first mistake I did was I was on T mode. So I was on timer mode and I took a shot. I didn't realize it. I thought I was still in A mode. So I realized my mistake. I switched to A and I took another shot, but for some reason it was still in timer mode. So I think there's some kind of bug in the system there. After that, that was my last shot. So I just ran through the system again in all the settings. It seems to be working all right now. So let's load another fresh pack of film inside and see what are the issues I have with this dongle as well. Now I'm going to shoot a pack of blue duochrome. So let's just, and it triggered the camera. So it is functioning as it should, but knowing how stupid I am, I should probably leave it switched off so that we don't recreate this mistake. But let me load up the 600 film, then I'm going to switch the settings so that we can shoot 600 film in this camera. When you look at the dongle, sometimes it will say it will fail to connect. So just pay attention to this. Then as you know, I'm using the wrong film right now. So I'm just going to switch to 600. I'm going to power off and power on just to double check. So it's scanning again and it's in ISO 640, so we're in the right mode. Let's try the Bluetooth function. Okay, so I'm just making sure we're both in the frame. We're going to try the Bluetooth function. And with that, so I'm just going to let it pair. Okay, it has paired up. We are in automatic mode. So I'm going to just stand here beside Ian and we're going to take a selfie together. Okay, I'm going to press the button right now. Okay, so let's go. And it did not fire. What it did, but it's such a lag time. Yeah. Let's try one more. So I think there's a slight delay when we're a bit further. Okay, let's try again. Okay, 3, 2, 1. I pressed already. Okay, I'm gonna try press. It failed to connect. Okay, so let's reconnect it. So it's connected. Okay, let's take another selfie together. 3, 2, 1. Okay. I think just now because I kept it behind, hidden, so it lost its signal. Okay, so we're done shooting with the dongle. I'm gonna just keep it. We're gonna shoot the rest of the video without the dongle in automatic mode. It's not because I forgot to charge the dongle at all. So this is how the dongle looks like. I've only been using for a few days, but you can see it's kind of gotten scratched. I have accidentally dropped it because this isn't a very tight connection. Therefore, you see a lot of scratches. I wish the paint job was a little bit better. If you look at the switches themselves, they're very tiny. So if you don't have nails, it's going to be very hard to actually move these buttons. If they made the buttons a little bit bigger, I think that would be ideal. I think they're going to do that for the next variation. Other than that, we did have like one bug where we were in T mode, and then even though I switched to A mode, it still behaved as though it was in T mode. There was one moment where the Bluetooth lost connection, but I do suspect it's because the battery was a little bit low, or it could be the fact that, you know, the SX70 cameras, they're almost fully coated in metal, so that could interfere with the Bluetooth signal. It does come with its own app, so using the app might make things a little bit easier, so you don't need the dongle. But if you're going to get the SX70R upgrade, I would suggest you get it with the dongle because apps, they can be rendered obsolete by a simple iOS update. So if you're worried about that and you want to future-proof the camera a little bit, get a standalone dongle. That way you'll be more or less sure it will work forever. I think the dongle is pretty handy, especially if you want to do like selfies and all that. And the fact that you can basically choose and select which aperture and shutter mode you want to shoot in, that's amazing as well. If you don't like this kind of dongle, then the next option would be Mint's Time Machine. Unfortunately, Mint's Time Machine doesn't have like a Bluetooth function. So this one has one up on it. It is a bit larger, it's a bit more finicky, but maybe they can improve on that on the next iteration. So actually without the camera dongle, it operates just like any SX70 manual camera. So that's the beauty. Forget to charge it, you can continue shooting. Just that I think if you're using 600 film, you need to stay on 600 film. If you're using SX70 film, you need to stay on SX70 film. So just take note of that. Okay, so I've been shooting this for a few days now actually. Enjoying it a lot. It kind of is similar to your conventional SX70 camera. The pros, of course, is that it's a new PCB, so it's going to last you way longer than yours. The dongle is a bit finicky, it's a bit fiddly, it drops off quite easily, so I'm not really a fan of it. If it could be a bit tighter on the slot, it'd be ideal. If you're having your SX70 sent in for a CLA, then I will definitely recommend this upgrade. It will make it a bit more consistent, a bit more usable. We took some shots using the Bluetooth function as well. That was great. I think that's something that all these vintage cameras could benefit from, especially since they don't have any self-timer functions. The closest competitor to this at this moment would be Mint's SLR 670 variants of cameras. The beauty of asking Mint to buy it is you will get a camera, it will have been selected for CL8, and everything should be working out of the box. The only problem with doing an upgrade or modification for your existing cameras is, of course, it assumes you have done a CLA with the respective repairman. If you haven't done a CLA, you need to factor that into the cost of the SX70R upgrade. Other than that, I think it's a fantastic upgrade. If you shoot a lot of Polaroid cameras, if you shoot a lot of Polaroid film, and if you love to shoot on SX70 cameras, this is an instant upgrade for me. The beauty of being able to use one camera for both SX70 film and 600 film and the ability to switch willy-nilly, that's an amazing thing. Because I hate to do a destructive upgrade where it permanently forces the camera to shoot just 600 film. If you love this episode, do remember to like and subscribe. I'll see you in the next episode of Midlifers.